Yeah, so I knew at this point in my business that I was ready for a change, and like I mentioned, I had been plateaued, and I decided to reach out to Sandy after watching a video to her. And when I learned that there was a science to success, and to find out that I was missing something. So I have enjoyed the time that I spent with Sandy, and I couldn't wait to bring her to you all so that you could experience a taste of what I'm getting, because I think it could add value to everybody. So I am so delighted and grateful, Sandy, that you are here and that you can bestow all this wonderful information on our amazing team here. So thanks for taking time, and thanks for joining us this evening. And please tell them more about yourself, since I didn't have.
You did awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, Carolyn, thank you. I've been looking forward to this ever since you asked me, because I am so passionate, and you'll probably see a little bit of my passion tonight. Because this information, when you start to grasp what this information is all about and how much control you do have to achieve much higher levels of results in whatever you're looking for, it's life-changing. And so I'm on a mission to get this information in front of many people as possible. So when Carolyn asked me if I would consider coming onto your group, I just jump right in. Absolutely, would love to share it. So speaking of sharing, I guess I need to share. Let's pull up this. Okay, is everybody seeing that screen? Okay, all right. Okay, let me just move a couple of these prompter thingies around so I can see you guys properly. All right, so this is all about a mind set for success. Okay, so this is possibly information that you have seen before. A lot of us have, but seeing it once or twice and being inspired with it or by it isn't enough. There's much more to it. So with no further ado, let me jump in, and I will get to a little bit of my background, so don't worry about Carolyn. All right, so before I do, my ask of you tonight is I want you to think. I want you to engage those powerful mental faculties and think, because you know what? And you'll see shortly, we don't think very much. And that may rub you the wrong way, and I don't mean to, but we truly don't think very much. Like, for example, did you think about why you're coming on to this webinar tonight? Did you think about what you might want to gain from it? What your objective was coming on tonight? Or did you kind of just default to coming on because you were invited and you're part of the team? And there's no judgment whatsoever. We just don't tend to think a lot. Now, I've been thinking a lot of today about you guys. Like, I've been thinking, what can I do to impact this group tonight? What can I do to really bring a lot of value tonight? So I've had a lot of today kind of, just letting my mind spin around thinking of the various ways that I can ignite something or create something of higher value. We're getting a little bit of feedback. Is that coming from me or somebody may not be muted? What's the chat here?
I noticed it too all of a sudden. Let's see if you go forward, if it's still there.
Okay. All right, so in this webinar, I want you to think about where you are, where you would really love to be getting to, and what concepts, as I'm going through this material, what concepts can impact you. Like, do the kind of what's in it for me with him. What's that mean, that concept Sandy's talking about? How can that help me? Okay, think about it as we go through. So that's my ask of you, okay? Hopefully that's okay with you guys. Now, do you ever talk about thinking? Think about this, ponder this. Do you ever wonder why some people succeed at high levels and some don't? Or do you ever look at someone successful, maybe somebody being brought up on the stage of Juice Plus and recognized for whatever they're doing and say, why them? I'm better than that. Well, you probably wouldn't say that, but you might think that. And you know what? Good network marketing companies will bring up people that you go, geez, if they can do it, I can do it. So what's missing that they have and you apparently don't? Well, I'm going to tell you something. The great news is nothing is missing for you guys. Nothing is missing. It has nothing to do, if you're not where you want to be in Juice Plus, it has nothing to do with that you're not good enough, you're not talented enough, you don't have what it takes. I want to reiterate that. It has nothing to do with that. If you want to be in a higher place of success than you are, it has nothing to do with a lack of talent or capability, okay? What it has to do is the conditions of your mind aren't serving you. Now, what do I mean by that? You're probably familiar with the word paradigm. But let's make sure we're all on the same page right now, because this is fundamental, okay? A paradigm is just that mental conditioning, your wiring, your programming, your comfort zone, okay? It's mental programming controlling all of our behaviors, and it's a sum of habits. It's all sitting at the subconscious level. And habits are just a thought or an idea that's locked in at the subconscious. For example, what's a thought or idea about yourself? I'm not a salesperson. I don't talk about money. We shouldn't talk about money, right? That's an idea that's lodged in sitting at the subconscious level. Oh, we have tons of those, guys, okay? Paradigms, or this conditioning or wiring or programming, is the result of repetition over the years, right out of the gate as little ones, and right up through our growing up years. Some of it you can track, some of it's quite amusing. You can track back to, yeah, my grandmother used to always say that. That's where I got that one from. And again, they develop through our growing up years. But here's the rub. Most of our behavior is habitual. Bob Proctor teaches that between 96 and 98%, and I work with Bob, I'll go into him in a minute, between 96 and 98% of our behavior is habitual. Neuroscience supports that. In fact, they're now saying 99% of our behavior, our perceptions, our results are subconsciously driven. That programming is controlling it. That's a staggering amount. You should be writing down, and I hope you have a pen and paper. I would like you to have a pen and paper if you can have one. You should be writing down, what habits have I got? Because your results are purely a reflection of your habits, your habitual way of thinking, feeling, behaving, okay? So we're programmed. Now, going on a slightly different note, would you like to feel, in the work that you're doing with Juice Plus, would you like to feel completely comfortable prospecting or sharing your opportunity and not care about the rejections? Because we all know that we get a lot of rejections, right? How would you like to feel really comfortable? Oh, no problem. How would you like to not doubt yourself? Some of you may have left a job to do Juice Plus full time. Well, how would you like to not doubt yourself or worry, oh, should I have left the job? Can I really do this? Would you like to 3, 4, 5, 10 times your income over the next 12 months? Hopefully I've got your attention, because the key phrase is, would you like to? Not can you. You can do all of this. It's would you like to? Okay, just a quick, my story. I was a physio in my first life for 6 years, and went back for an MBA and then into corporate. So worked with some multinational companies and into leadership. So heading up recruiting for Canada, and I was a partner in a search firm and blah, blah, blah. Then I went back, then I stayed home for a while with my 3 kids. That's a little bit of an older picture, but I love that one, of my 3 kids. And went back into corporate, but 11 years ago, when my youngest was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes and some other health-related issues, I knew I had to work home from a home base. So I started into the entrepreneurial side, thinking I'd hit it out of the park, because heck, I was a highly sought after physio. I was a leader, partner here. Didn't happen. I actually struggled for quite a while on the entrepreneurial side. I was doing some small business ventures. I did some network marketing for 6 years. Again, thought I'd hit it out of the park and was not doing that. It wasn't until I immersed into the material of Bob Proctor. I'm now an elite level success coach working with Bob. I was just on stage with Bob at the end of May, so a few weeks ago, at an amazing event. It was one of my dreams to actually be on stage with Bob. So I now am a success coach and mentor to high achievers, people who want to achieve on a higher level. So that's what I do, and my modus operandi is to really ignite the power within, because man, have you got a lot of power that's blocked by your programming. So a few other things in there. I've got 2 wonderful dogs that are probably, they're sitting over here by my feet. And our whole family are major Harry Potter fans. So I don't know what that says about me, but I always talk about Harry Potter because I love it. All right, let's get back on course. There is, as Carolyn mentioned, there is an art and science to success and wealth creation. There is an exact science to success and wealth creation. So what's the art? The art is in your imagination. The creativity you have to imagine, what do I really, really want with my Juice Plus business? Oh man, just imagine if I could ... So you have a very powerful creative source in you. It's called your imagination. That's required. I'll go into why in a second. And there's a lot of science behind success, many laws, one of which I'll talk about shortly, called the law of vibration. And the law of vibration is a law of physics. So we'll get into that in a second. All right, your first wealth creation principle is that you can never get to your goal. You must come from your goal. So what does that really mean? If you think of any of the goals you've achieved in your life, and I'm going to get into this, but if just think about it for a second, think about your goal, or think about goals you've achieved. Maybe a goal was to get out of an apartment and buy a house. Well, you know what? You thought about your house a lot, or the house, or a house you would love to buy. You imagined it. You could feel, oh, I so want to be in a house. You were actually coming from the goal. So this is the concept that's not taught, but it's crucial to success. So let's talk about that. First of all, would you all agree that everything in this universe is energy, right? Everything is energy. Okay, that's a law of physics. That means if everything is energy, everything is vibrating on different frequencies, because energy vibrates. That's a property of energy. So everything is energy, including our thoughts. Our thoughts are all vibrating on different frequencies. So here's the thing, where you are in your business right now, that's the way you think. Your results are fully a reflection of the way you think. The way you think about prospecting, the way you think about closing the sale, the way you think about selling to customers and bringing customers on board, the way you think about managing all the back office stuff, the way you think about training, going to conference, that's all. Your results are a reflection of the way you think, okay? So your thoughts are on certain frequencies down at the level where your results are. Now, dream goals are on higher frequencies. How do I know that? So just for a second, I want you guys to journey with me, okay? Just imagine by the end of this year that you're all making $20,000 a month. Whoa, just imagine what you would be doing if $20,000 a month was coming in. You'd have a team of people. You've got business builders. Oh my God, your team is having so much fun. You're just working this thing together. You're attracting clients who love the Juice Plus products. If they're recommending more people, you guys are having a blast. You're getting to all the conferences together. You're just working so hard as a team and you're having so much fun. Right? You're being welcomed on the stage and recognized for stuff. The money's coming in all the time. Just imagine that. Okay, anybody feel a change in vibration? Did your energy get level shift? Sure. Dream goals are on a higher vibration. That's a fact of physics. That's not a law of magical woo-woo. That's a law of physics. Okay? So guess what? If your thoughts are producing your results, what do you think your thoughts have to be if you want your dream goal results? You got to be thinking on that frequency. You got to be thinking like the person you want to be to achieve that dream goal. Okay, you need to be thinking on that frequency, because another law of physics called the law of law of attraction, is that you can only attract on the frequency you're on. That's a law of physics. So if you want to attract great people, business builders to your team, if you want to attract clients that are going to love your product, if you want to attract new opportunities to present your opportunity, you better be thinking like the person you want to be achieving, like that in this example, that $20,000 a month person. Okay? Because right now you're not. Now, if you're not believing me, do you trust this guy? Okay, Albert Einstein. Everything in this universe is energy. And that's all there is to it, he said. Match the frequency of the reality you want, your dream goal, and you can't help but get that reality. He said it can be no other way. It's not philosophy. It's physics. So guys, there's a real science behind the success that you want. Really understand what this is all about, okay? Let this in. Accept this as a way forward for you. Okay, now, that begs the question. You'll say, Sandy, well, great. Well, how the heck do I get on the frequency of my dream goal? And I would say, well, that's a great question. Let me answer it for you. 3 ways. The first one is your creative imagination. What do you really want? You've got to imagine for yourself what you would really like to achieve in your business. Okay? Because most people, first of all, most people don't even set goals. Of those that do, most people do not achieve their goals. Why is that? Because they're not setting big enough goals, ones that inspire and excite and get you jazzed. It's too easy to bail if the goals that you're setting are, yeah, I know how to do that. It's okay. And, if I don't make it, well. Like, anybody ever set a New Year's resolution and bailed on it? Sure, we all have. Those don't excite and inspire. The greater your excitement and inspiration and emotional attachment to your goal, the more you're going to hang in there with it, the more you're going to persist, okay? Or some people have set a big goal, but it's all intellectual. It's all, yeah, you know what? I'd love to leave my job and really go full-time on Juice Plus. I'd love to be one of those big earners. Compared to, oh man, I would love to be one of the big earners, the big producers at Juice Plus, because then I could be doing some of the training from the stage. We'd have a big team. We'd all be so, okay, that's the second part. The second example is me emotionally involved with it. The first part is just somebody going, yeah, no, that'd be cool. I could do that. Okay. So it makes a big difference. Why? Because the emotional mind is the subconscious mind where all that programming is. So you want to be emotionally involved with what you're doing. And thirdly, goals are not crystal clear. Your mind needs clarity. It's not good enough, guys, to say, I want financial health. I want to be happy and experience financial freedom. Well, that's like to, well, actually, I'll get into an example shortly, but that's not clear enough for the mind. It needs crystal clarity. So as you're thinking of your goal, I want you to start getting clear on tonight's call, okay? So that makes a difference between wishful thinking and a burning desire. Right now, most of you, I'm going to tell you, most of you are in the wishful thinking side, okay? So you want to work on that. So what do you really want, okay? It really all starts with, what is it I really want? Now, I would like you to write down a number that you would like by the end of this year, 2019. What would you love to be earning with Juice Plus monthly, on a monthly basis? Just write that down, okay? You don't have to share it, just write it down. Okay. So it's really important to get clear on this, guys, because people without goals are lost. Why? The mind is like a GPS. This is a beautiful and very visual example of exactly how the mind works. Like a GPS needs a destination, you can't say Seattle for the GPS destination. You need to say 27 King Street, okay? A GPS can't get you anywhere without that very clear destination. So does your mind. Your mind can't say, tell yourself, oh, I want financial health. Well, what does that mean? What does the mind can't go to work for you and create ways and means of making that happen for you if it doesn't have that clarity. And once you get clarity and you make in a GPS, what happens if you don't hit the go button in the GPS? Does it take you anywhere? Does it show you any routes? No, a GPS does not, correct? Your mind, if you don't press the go button, that decision to go make it happen, your mind won't start popping the ideas. But here's the beautiful thing. When you get clear in your mind with what the destination is that you want, your goal, and you hit that go button in your mind, that committed decision, your mind immediately starts to pop and to make pop some ideas to try to make that happen. And what happens in the GPS if you go off course? Gives you options to try to get back, new routes to get back on course, right? So does your mind. How cool is that? So does your mind. There's not a straight path from where you are to your goal, but the mind is popping ideas to make it there if it's got clarity and you've made that decision to go for it. And when we make a wrong turn, and we will, the mind will go, oh, that didn't work, boom, boom, boom. What else can I do? So really important, okay? Goals. Here, great quote here. In the absence of clearly defined goals, we become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia. Anybody here ever wasted a day and at the end of the day going, oh, what did I even get done today? I've been busy all day, but geez, what did I get done? Yeah, we're trapped in this, we're enslaved by daily trivia. Okay, that's a lack of a clear goal that's really got you jazzed, okay? So what I want you to really understand here is that you can. The beautiful thing is you can achieve anything you truly desire, because we're barely using our talents and potential. I mean, science and theology both agree we all have unlimited talent and potential that we're barely scratching the surface of. And I love this quote. You say I dream too big. I say you think too small. You know what? You are so richly talented. I love to say, if I could unzip you and I could open you up and we could peer inside to see all the talent, all the giftedness, all the capability that lies within you right now, you'd be stunned. Do you know what you'd do? You'd go, oh my, oh, holy crap, look, oh my God, you know what? I'm going to start doing this. But you can't see it. But I'm going to tell you something. It's there within you right now. It's staggering how much talent you've got within you right now. So embrace that. It's not a lack of talent that's holding you back. If you want bigger and better with Juice Plus, it's not a lack of talent or capability. You're sitting on a gold mine. It's the conditions of your mind. Let's get a little more into that. All right, with goals. I don't want you setting for yourself goals that are easily achievable. Yeah, I've already done that. You know, maybe my goal is to earn $5,000 a month. Have I ever earned $5,000 a month before? Yeah, I have. It's like, okay, but that's not a good goal. A goal is meant to help you grow. A goal is not meant to get. It's to help to bring out all that talent and move you towards bigger and better. You've got so much talent. So we don't want to set goals that we already know how to do or we think we can. If this, we'll bail, okay? We're looking for C-type goals, what we call C-type goals, which is just fantasy goals. Dream big, guys. Use that imagination and go, oh man, what if I could do this? Okay, here's what I want you to do. You wrote down, when I asked you, what would you love to achieve by the end of this year? And you wrote something down, right? All right, I would like you to double it right now. For some of you who are brave, triple it. Now, how many people just went, oh, crumb? Anybody do that? Yeah, okay, well, you'd be normal. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, you'd be normal. But that's a great thing. You know why? Because that will allow you commit to something that's making you feel that way, you're going to pull on that talent and potential. You have to, right? If you commit to it, you've got to pull on that talent and potential to get there. And that little bit of panicky fear, doubt, worry thing, that's the subconscious. That's the emotional level. So we just triggered at the subconscious level where we want to reprogram. Put in new healthy programming that aligns. How cool is that? So we just triggered you at the subconscious level. Ah, love this stuff. Okay, all successful people have a burning desire. So guys, what is it that you want to have a burning desire for? What's your burning desire? You must get clear on that and I want you emotionally jazzed every day you're waking up going, oh, I love what I'm going after here. This is so cool. I have no clue how this is going to happen and it scares me, but it's amazing what I'm going after. Then that's wealth creation principle number 2. Number 1 was you can't get to your goal, you must come from, okay? Number 2 is you need a burning desire. I summarize these creation principles at the end, by the way. Okay. Wealth creation principle number 3 is don't get tripped up by the how. Now, for you guys, just doubled or tripled that monthly goal. So say it's now gone to 20,000 because you originally put down 10,000, 20,000. Now, part of that fear, you kind of immediately went, oh, yeah, but how would I ever do that? I don't know how to do that. Now, successful people don't get tripped up by the how, and I really want you to get this. This is really important. You don't need to know how you're going to get to a dream goal. And you're going to have to trust me on that, because all the science proves this. When you get clear on what you want and you commit to it, your mind starts to pop the ideas. You will figure out a way. You will figure out a way. So successful people, if you look at, Steve Jobs or Elon Musk or Richard Branson or Oprah, any successful person, they'd go, oh, guys, can you imagine if we could do whatever? And everybody around them could say, oh, come on, how would you ever do that? And you know what their answer is? Their answer is, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But just imagine if we could do that. And they do figure it out. Where are you going to get the money from? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But guys, just imagine where are you going to get the time to do that? I don't know. I'm going to figure it out, but I really want to do that. They're driven from desire. Don't get tripped up by that how, okay? That's an important wealth creation principle as well. So if you're getting stalled, oh, I'm not sure how, don't worry. Go past. Don't stop at that. So those are the key things around goal creation. So there's 3 ways to get up to the frequency of your goal. The first is creating that burning desire. Okay, because as we did in our quick exercise, we raised our vibration. So we know that works. The second thing is a committed decision. And the challenge with most people is that they let fears and doubts drive their decisions. Yeah, oh, I would love to do that. Oh, yeah, but I don't know. So we back away from committing to something big and beautiful. Successful people let their desires drive them, not doubts and fears. Because if you commit and your mind starts working at a different level, you will figure it out, so you don't need to have doubts and fears. So you really have to start believing in yourself. And Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich, right, one of the top personal development books of all time, it's his number 1 attribute of successful people is the ability to make decisions quickly, commit to something. And the definition of the word decision, its Latin roots means to cut off all other options. Cut off. So that's where so many people fail, though. We don't make a committed decision. Just think of people in your organization. I'm sure you've got some in there. I've been in network marketing. You got people that join and they're not committed at all. They joined because at the moment it was such a neat high that they were on at the sharing the opportunity session, or they might have thought they were committing, but they really didn't give it any thought, and they disappear on you. They evaporate. They haven't made a committed decision. We've all got people like that in network marketing. That's one of the downsides. There's a majority of upside to network marketing, but that's one of the down ones. So when you make a committed decision, you flip your brain onto the different frequency, the frequency of your dream goal, and you start to attract the people, the resources, the opportunities that you need to achieve your dream goal. And you know what? That committed decision can change your life in a fraction of a second. And you probably know this quote: there's a big difference between just being interested in getting good results and being really committed. When you're interested, you just do what's convenient. Yeah, and if I have the time, I'll do some. Okay, that's not going to get you towards big dream goal stuff. Okay, being committed is no excuses, and we all have them. So what doesn't work is, yeah, I'm going to work my Juice Plus business. As I get more time and the money, I'll do some more. Or yes, as long as my spouse is on side. Or yeah, I'd like to work my Juice Plus business. If I think it'll work, I'll put more time in, or I'll give it a try. Oh, that's a big back door open and your butt's halfway out the door. That's not a committed decision. Yes, if it doesn't work, then I'll always do that. No, that's not committed. Yes, as long as, other people are lining up to do this with me, that's bailing on yourself. You got to believe in yourself. So there's a direct relation between your level of commitment and the results you get. It's direct. So if you're down at the wishful thinking, yeah, it'd be nice, or I might dabble in Juice Plus. By the way, when I say committed to Juice Plus or anything, I don't mean full time. It could be 8 hours a week, but I'll tell you, that 8 hours, I'm all in, no excuses. I'm full on my Juice Plus business. That's committed decision. So the more you commit, if you can commit but have no emotional involvement. Yeah, I'm going to do the Juice Plus. My husband really wants me to, just so I can get out of the house. Okay, that's a decision to do Juice Plus, but there's no emotional involvement in that. Or there's the committed decision and you're emotionally involved, but you're so swamped by those doubts and fears, it pulls you off. Like doubts and fears pull us off what we would really love to do, right? So that committed decision, I'll tell you something, it's a game changer. Am I willing, ask yourself, are you willing to do what it takes? If you have an emphatic yes, you are going places, okay? And that's wealth creation principle number 4. So I'm going to ask you to ask yourself, where are you on your level of commitment? On a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is all in, full commitment, no excuses, where are you on that? Just rate yourself and write that down. All right, so that committed decision raises your frequency. You go up to the frequency towards your dream goal, okay? So that's the second way. Committed decision jumps you to a higher frequency. And you know what? I want you to just, on your piece of paper, write down any excuses that have just jumped to mind. Like, why aren't you, and you may be fairly committed. You might be all in committed, but you can still be better, right? There's no end to being better. Why aren't you even better than you are right now? What excuses are coming up? I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I still have a full-time job, or I still have a part-time job. The kids are still in school, and I have to wait till the kids get out of school, or I have to wait till the kids to get into the university, and then I'll start full-time on this. I mean, we all have them. We all have them, and some of them will make you chuckle. They really will, because they're coming from places they go, oh God, really? I'm using that as an excuse not to move forward? So they will make you laugh, but watch out, because they will sabotage. And for most of us, those excuses, also called paradigms, programming, that is programming. Okay? It will sabotage. So the last 3 things, okay, to get you to the higher frequency: burning desire, committed decision, and you got to throw off the anchors that hold you at lower frequencies. Okay? To keep you where you are. And your self-image and belief system is a huge part of it. It's probably the most important thing to really grasp about what keeps you at a lower frequency, is your self-image and your belief system. Okay? So how do you see yourself? Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is you fully see yourself as the person you need to be the highly successful Juice Plus businesswoman or businessman. Are there any guys on this call? I didn't check. All ladies here? Okay. So rate yourself. Now, don't come down on yourself, by the way. If your ratings are low, don't worry. You're in good company. It's just awareness. There's 2 things that you need to know to create success. One is where you are, and the other thing is where you want to go. So we get clear on our goals, but we have to understand also, where am I relative to that? Because in a GPS, you can put the clear destination and hit the go button, but if you haven't put in where you're starting from, can't pop the route, right? So you need to know where you are. So that self-image thing is huge. And guess what? You do have a limited self-image. We all do, except Donald Trump. Oh, I've got mostly Americans on here. Okay, well, I'll say that anyway. Donald Trump has no limits to his self-image. And you know what? He's a great example of an unlimited self-image will help you get to the goals you want to achieve. He's a great example of that. Whether you like him or not, I don't know. Negative self-image, negative results. I'm sure we've all seen people that are just behaving badly. Man, they're sabotaging stuff. And they have a negative self-image. So our self-image, not the one that we're aware of how we're looking and meeting and greeting the world, it's the one that's buried in that subconscious programming stuff. That's the one that sets our boundaries, personally and professionally, of what we can accomplish.
Sandy?
Yeah.
We have less than a minute left. I should have extended my my Zoom. So I don't know if you want to open it for a minute, or if people want to jump back on, but I know I end at 40 minutes.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm almost done.
Sorry.
Probably have about 5 minutes left.
Do you, everybody?
Jump back on, Carolyn, if everybody wants to jump back on.
Jump off and jump back on, everybody. Jump back off and jump back on, and I'll stop the recording right here.
Okay.
I will get a longer Zoom. Thank you.
Okay.